The music flowed. Soft. Elegant. Perfect. Just like everything else. In that room. Crystal lights shimmered. Designer gowns moved like waves. Laughter. Polished. Controlled. And then. It broke. Look at her cheap clothes, the fiancé said. Not loud. But loud enough. Because cruelty doesn't need volume. It just needs intention. Heads turned. Eyes followed. Toward a little girl. Standing beside her father. A single dad. Her dress. Simple. Clean. But not branded. Not expensive. Not acceptable. Her fingers tightened around his hand. She didn't fully understand. But she felt it. That sharp feeling. Of being less. Her father noticed instantly. He knelt down beside her. Gentle. Calm. Hey, he whispered. Do you like your dress? She hesitated. Then nodded. Yes. He smiled. Then it's perfect. Simple words. But they held strength. Because confidence is built in moments like this. Across the room. The fiancé smirked. Satisfied. Because in her world. Appearance meant everything. What kind of people even bring kids like that here, she added. Her friends chuckled softly. Agreement. Without thought. But someone else heard. Someone who didn't laugh. Didn't smile. Didn't ignore. The man standing near the window. Quiet. Observing. A billionaire. And her fiancé. He hadn't moved. Not yet. But his eyes had changed. Because respect, once broken, reveals truth quickly. He watched the little girl. Her silence. Her father's calm. Then he looked at the woman. He was about to marry. And something inside him shifted. Not anger. Clarity. Because in one moment, he saw her. For who she really was. The shift was quiet. But powerful. He stepped forward. Slow. Deliberate. The room didn't notice at first. But those closest did. Because presence like his doesn't need announcement. It commands attention. Say that again, he said calmly. The fiancé turned. Slightly surprised. But still confident. Excuse me, she replied. A hint of irritation. He looked directly at her. No smile. No softness. What you said about the girl, he continued. A pause. Say it again. Now. People were watching. Because tone had changed. The fiancé laughed lightly. Trying to recover control. Oh please, she said. It was just a joke. He didn't react. Didn't smile. Because disrespect is never humor. Jokes don't make children feel small, he replied. Simple. Direct. The room fell quieter. Because truth was now speaking. The little girl looked up. Confused. But something else was there now. Hope. Because someone had noticed. The billionaire turned slightly. Gesturing toward her. Do you know what I see? He asked. The fiancé stayed silent. For the first time. Uncertain. I see someone who came here with dignity, he said. A pause. Without needing approval. His words landed. Firm. Measured. And I see someone else, he added. Eyes returning to his fiancée. Who confuses price with value? A ripple moved through the room. Subtle. But real. Because masks were starting to fall. The fiancée's expression tightened. You're overreacting, she said. Lower now. Less certain. He stepped closer. Not aggressive. But undeniable. No, he said quietly. I'm seeing clearly. Silence. Deep. Unavoidable. He then did something unexpected. He took off his jacket. Turned. And gently placed it over the little girl's shoulders. Careful. Respectful. Not because she needed it. But because she deserved to feel seen. Her eyes widened. A small smile forming. The kind that comes when kindness replaces hurt. Her father looked at him. Steady. Understanding. No words needed. Because respect recognizes itself. The billionaire straightened. Then turned back. This, he said. His voice calm but final. Is what matters. The room didn't move. Didn't breathe. Because something bigger than wealth had just taken over. And standing in that moment, it became clear. Not everyone in that room was rich. The silence lingered. Heavy. Unforgiving. Because moments like this don't pass quickly. They settle. They stay. The fiancé stood still. No laughter now. No confidence. Only pressure. Because the room was no longer on her side. The billionaire looked at her. One last time. Not with anger. Not even disappointment. Just clarity. And sometimes that's worse. Do you understand what you did? He asked. His voice calm. Too calm. She swallowed. It was just, she tried again. But he shook his head. Stopping her. Don't explain it, he said. A pause. Own it. The words landed. Sharp. Because excuses were no longer welcome. I embarrassed them, she whispered. Barely audible. He nodded once. Yes. Silence again. And you revealed yourself, he added. That broke something inside her. Because truth, when undeniable, has weight. The guests shifted slightly. Watching. Learning. Because power was changing hands again. The billionaire reached into his pocket. Slowly. Carefully. Then pulled something out. A ring. The engagement ring. Gasps. Quiet but real. Because everyone understood what was about to happen. He looked at it briefly. Then at her. This was meant for someone who understands respect, he said. A pause. Not just status. Her eyes filled. But he didn't stop. Because decisions like this don't wait for comfort. He placed the ring in her hand. Not thrown. Not dramatic. Just final. We're done. 2 words. But they echoed. Louder than anything that night. The room froze again. Because wealth can impress. But character decides. The fiancée stood there. Broken. Not because she lost the wedding. But because she lost what she thought was guaranteed. Across the room. The little girl held the jacket close. Still smiling softly. Because someone had chosen kindness. Her father looked down at her. Then back at the man. Respect passed between them. Silent. Strong. The billionaire stepped toward them. Not as a powerful man. But as a decent one. I hope you stay, he said gently. To both of them. No one here deserves to leave because of someone else's ignorance. The single dad nodded slowly. Thank you, he replied. Simple. But real. And in that moment, the entire room understood something. Money builds luxury. But respect builds legacy.